Well, good morning from Helsinki, and don't let that little bit of sun behind those clouds fool you. It's really, really cold, -4 cold to be precise. So what am I doing in Helsinki? Well, today I've got the privilege of flying back to London Heathrow's Terminal 3 with Finnair in business class. I'm going to review the AirLounge product from start to finish. So without further ado, let's get inside, get checked in, and I'll see you on the other side. Before we dive into Finnair's revolutionary AirLounge seat, let's take a step back and look at how their business class has evolved over the years. Finnair has always been known for its Nordic-inspired simplicity and functionality, but their premium cabins have undergone some significant changes to reach where they are today. Let's rewind to the 1990s. This was the era when business class started shifting from reclining seats to more spacious sleeper-style configurations. Finnair's MD-11 fleet, which flew long-haul routes like Helsinki to Bangkok and New York, featured a 222 layout with wide, manually reclining seats. At the time, this was considered a luxury, but it was far from the fully flat beds we expect today. Fast forward, and Finnair introduced its first lie-flat seat on its fleet of A340s and A330s. These seats were a game changer, though they weren't fully horizontal, more of an angled lie-flat design, which was common among European carriers at the time. Then came a major leap in 2015 when Finnair introduced the Zodiac Cirrus 3 seat on their brand new Airbus A350s. This was their first ever fully flat all-aisle access business class seat, arranged in a 1-2-1 reverse herringbone layout, a huge improvement in privacy and comfort. With Nordic-inspired materials, Marimekko textiles, and a calming blue and white colour scheme, this cabin was distinctly Finnair. It was modern, sleek, and well loved by passengers for nearly a decade. But as the airline moved into the 2020s, it became clear that a new approach was needed, leading to the development of the AirLounge seat, which we'll break down in detail next. So this journey begins at Helsinki-Vantaa Airport, the home base of Finnair. The Finnair check-in area at Helsinki is a masterclass in Scandinavian efficiency and design. Bright, spacious, and seamlessly organised. The minimalist aesthetic with calming Nordic tones and clear signage creates a stress-free start to the journey, exactly what you'd expect from Finnair. You can check in online or via the mobile app 36 hours before departure, or 24 hours if flying to the US. And as I'd arrived in Helsinki the day before my flight, I decided to take advantage of the day before check-in option. So I thought I'd just quickly come on here and tell you what the Finnair check-in process was like. And ultimately, it's probably the most efficient service I think I've ever experienced with any airline in any airport in the world. From arriving to being in this position now, we're probably talking about 90 seconds. So Finnair have a priority desk which allow people with one world status or those travelling in business class to use to check in a bit quicker. But to be honest with you, on a day like today, it's absolutely pointless because there's so many staff. There's probably a good 20 to 25 staff, 30 to 45 kiosks, conventional check-in desks as well. So if you don't want to check in using an automated kiosk, you can just go and speak to a human. It really is that simple. So once you've checked in, you'll get your bag tags and you'll get a reprinted paper boarding pass. You go over to the bag drop, scan your bag, and there's nothing else you need to do then. With this particular business class fare, priority security is included, but even in the conventional lane, and this is why Helsinki is one of my most favourite airports, even in the conventional lane, it says 0 to 5 minutes, and I can't see a queue, and this is one of the busiest times for this airport at this time of day. So I left the airport and headed back to my room at the Hilton Helsinki Airport, where I filmed a full review of that hotel. That'll be coming in a future video. Once in my room, I got straight to work. With a coffee in hand, I set up my laptop and started editing, making really good progress on the footage that I'd shot earlier that day. Everything was going smoothly until... Yep, Finnair had cancelled my flight. So in a strange turn of events, when things go wrong, got a text from Finnair, local time about 7:30, saying that my flight to London Heathrow tomorrow had been cancelled. They can't rebook me at the moment because there's no availability. They can't offload me because I'd already checked into the flight, so I'm currently back in Helsinki airport trying to get it sorted. And the weather really is coming down. It is very snowy, so I'll keep you posted. Whilst walking into the terminal, I received another text from Finnair. This stated they'd rebook me automatically onto the AY-1335, departing the same day but just over 2 hours earlier than I'd originally planned. But there was a problem. I'd got a meeting in Helsinki that same day, and that was really cutting it fine. Not to mention that the AY-1335 was currently scheduled to operate on an A320, which has the conventional narrow-body business class cabin and not the AirLounge. So it's times like this that my faith in the travel industry is really reinforced. So about an hour in Helsinki airport, but spoke to a wonderful lady, Nelly, who works for Finnair, and she sorted everything out. So rebooked me onto the flight on Sunday. Now coming back on the A350, the 750 flight on Sunday. It means an extra night and a bit more cold weather, but it is what it is. We take it with a pinch of salt. So just a day later, but we're still coming back on that A350. So after a relatively exhausting evening, I hit the sauna in the hotel, made a cup of tea, and went to bed. The next day, I headed into Helsinki for my meeting, and during a cursory glance of the Finnair app, I'd noticed that the aircraft had been changed to an A330. Now, not knowing if Finnair had retrofitted the AirLounge product across all of its long-haul fleet, I made a quick scramble online to search, and thanks to this handy article on BTN, I was instantly reassured. The AirLounge review was still on. Finally, it was time to fly. I headed into the terminal and through the priority security channel, which took only a matter of minutes to get through into the Schengen area of the terminal. Now, Helsinki Airport is really well designed and all on one long walkway. It's got to be the easiest terminal to navigate in the world. In fact, Helsinki is so confident that their minimum connection time is set at just 40 minutes. There were lots of shops and dining options available as well, even at 4:45 in the morning. Oddly though, when I arrived at the border control area to pass into the non-Schengen side, it was closed. But after a few minutes of waiting, 2 very friendly border officers had arrived to open up the border and quickly dispatched us all into the non-Schengen side. Now, as you saw, there's quite a bit of construction work upon the entrance to the non-Schengen area, but once you're fully inside, the finished design of this airport still continues to wow. Take this Orkio installation near Gate 40. It's a unique 360-degree LED screen, soundscape and interactive wall projection, taking visitors on a journey through Finland's 4 seasons. This was truly spectacular and a very relaxing environment. Now it's time to unwind properly though in the Finnair Business Class lounge, included in the cost of your ticket. You do have to walk there though, sadly. You don't get access to one of these very stylish Finnair scooters. The non-Schengen Finnair Business Class lounge is located near Gate 52, and frequent flyers with Gold, Platinum and Platinum Lumo status in the airline's Finnair Plus loyalty programme, as well as One World Sapphire and Emerald members, can access the lounge. For those without status, you can pay to enter, typically €55 for adults and €15 for children. Just bear in mind that paying to enter the lounge doesn't grant you access to the Platinum Wing. Now, this lounge, quite frankly, is gorgeous. The entrance alone truly is a breathtaker. Think sleek Nordic design, soft ambient lighting, and those wonderful white hues that just scream Finnair. The Finnair 100 exhibition is also still available to see, showcasing some of the Finnair cabin crew uniforms from the past. I thought this was a lovely idea, and I really like to see airlines staying in touch with their heritage. As you enter the lounge, to the right you'll see a set of lockers that are relatively large and also have USB and plug socket power inside if you need to leave devices on charge. The lounge is airy, modern and exudes calm. Its centrepiece is this stunning floating bar with unique lighting and a vast selection of spirits. To the back of the lounge there's more private seating, including seats with tables and power adapters, to more comfortable armchair style options too. There's a Coca-Cola drinks machine, Sandals beers on tap, and Lavazza coffee and tea. The Finnish blueberry juice is strategically placed around the lounge, but if you're after something more stronger, you can delight in a glass of Bernard Massard's organic champagne, or opt for the Joseph Perrier Cuvée Royale. There's a vast array of wines on rotation, today a rosé from Ricossa and 2 whites, a 2023 Portuguese Patada and a Felix de Solis Mucho Mas. The buffet is minimal but of good quality. There's Finnish biscuits at the end, followed by an array of options including fresh fruit, cakes, cereal and yogurts, Finnish rice pastries, sausages, a pepperoni and vegetable omelette, cold cuts and cheeses, followed by fresh salads. There's also further unique touches, including these pod-like seats, and my favourite of all, these little Moomin night lamps. Now just remember this is a silent lounge, so there's no flight announcements. Check the boards for any information relating to your flight. Then something unexpected happened. The lounge manager, Karim, came over to me and said that if I was showcasing the Finnair experience, then it was only right that my viewers got a look at the very unique and exclusive Platinum Wing also. He gave me access and let me privately walk around. What superb service.
So this is the Finnair Platinum Lounge, which is a separate enclave of the Finnair Lounge. So in the non-Schengen side, it splits off into 2 different lounges. You have the main lounge, and then you have the Platinum Lounge, the Platinum area. And this is reserved for Finnair Plus's highest tiered members and those who have equivalent One World status. It's absolutely stunning. Now Karim, the lounge manager, has kindly let me in here. It is closed, doesn't open until 10 o'clock in the morning. But he said, go and have a little look around, show it off, film it, because it's such a stunning space. And they've absolutely nailed the decor in here. You walk in and you have this instant sense of calm because it's so relaxing. You've got long navy draped curtains, beautiful comfy seats. You've got workstations, you've got more formal dining settings. You've got a sauna. I mean, tell me a lounge in the world that has a sauna. This is the first for me. You've got showers which are pre-bookable. Everything is just so relaxing. It's a beautiful, beautiful space. And I've loved being in here and having a little tour around because it's a stunning, stunning area. And if you get the chance to be in here, I think you'll definitely pick up on that same sense of calm that I have because it's been designed with relaxation in mind. Sometimes you'll walk into lounges and they can be hectic, they can be very busy. And even though this lounge has got a massive capacity, it doesn't feel like it's busy. It's just designed very, very well. The seating and space is really, really well thought of. I love it in here. It's a super, super lounge. I was just talking to another passenger called Jules, who came over and asked me what I was doing, and he's into a lot of other channels like Paul Lucas and Noel Phillips. And you know what, it was really refreshing because he has an attitude of, you know what, go for it, the best of luck. and best of luck with your channel. And that's really refreshing because, you know, sometimes it can be quite difficult and challenging for content creators to film things, especially in environments like airports and onboard aircraft. You know, we try our best to give an unbiased and open, honest review, and that's quite hard sometimes in the circumstances. So it was really, really nice to meet him. And even though this channel's in the infancy, Jules, I really appreciate your time and thank you very much for your words of advice.
And with that little pep talk from the lovely Jules, my time in the Finnair lounge had come to an end, and it was time to head to the gate for my flight back to London Heathrow. Boarding is done with typical Finnish efficiency. It's fast, organised and completely stress-free. And then we were down the air bridge, ready to board the A330, where I was about to get my very first glance at Finnair's AirLounge cabin.
Welcome to Finnair!
The cabin is light, airy, and laid out in a 1-to-1 configuration, giving each passenger direct aisle access. Today we're sitting in 1L, and every passenger gets one overhead bin to themselves, which is plenty big enough. You can see the space here. The seat features more storage too, including a compartment to the right of your legs, big enough for headphones, magazines and water bottles, and a smaller compartment behind your right shoulder. This also houses the in-flight entertainment remote and USB A and C charging points. The table to the right of you also features wireless charging for all compatible phone types, and on the floor to the right of you is a conventional 3-pin UK charging adapter. Beneath the table housing is a set of buttons. From left to right you have the Do Not Disturb button, which lights up your cabin red on the outside, the button to raise the centrepiece of the air lounge, which converts your seat into the bed or lounging position, reading light controls and lighting brightness, followed finally by a button which pops your tray table out like this. There's also 2 individual air vents per air lounge seat. In my opinion, these should be mandatory in all aircraft cabins. So we finally made it on board, and it was extremely worth the wait. So the first impression of this cabin is it's a beautiful, beautiful cabin, you know, and it follows on from that lounge experience we had earlier. Very same colours, very same accents. It's very relaxing on board. And one of the things I was sort of thinking about was, with this business class seat, is it doesn't recline. So that was one of my concerns, because I do like those seats where you can sort of really flex your position. You can go into that almost sort of zero gravity position, halfway between lying down and sitting down. But this seat is so comfortable. You get 2 pillows, sort of cushions with the seat. Also get a bottle of water and a pair of earbuds. Now, the cabin crew reliably tell me on long haul flights out of Helsinki, so Seoul, Japan, etc., they have headphones, noise cancelling headphones. But on the shorter flights, these ones back to London, etc., where they utilise the wide body aircraft, you just get the earbuds. But the seat's beautiful. It's a really, really nice seat. It's beautifully designed, and there's so much space. I mean, I'm 6 foot exactly, and as you can see, my feet aren't even touching the bottom. So we'll test that again in a bit, lying down. But ultimately, first impressions, this is a superb, superb seat. And, you know, we can be a bit cynical at times with these products when people say we've got a new idea, let's build a business class seat that doesn't recline. You sometimes think it's not going to work, the industry doesn't need that. But it really does work.
So just sitting here now waiting to push back. We've got to be de-iced, it's quite a cold day. But yeah, it's a really comfortable seat, and you can sort of rest in different positions, different angles. And wherever you kind of sit, wherever your body sort of catches the seat, you sort of delve into this really comfortable position, which is one of the things I was quite dubious about, because with there being no kind of recline function, sometimes in my head anyway, I thought it'd be quite difficult to kind of get comfortable. But wherever you sort of sit, you know, you can sit this way, you can sit over here. It's super, super comfortable, you know, and I can't get over really how well designed this is. And I think it's because this got a really sort of long curve around the back of the seat. And this particular area here is where it curves the most. And I think that lends kind of perspective because your back sort of sits into it. So I think if you're quite a tall person, this is by far the business class seat choice for you, because you've got so much space. Even sitting in this position now without my feet up, just with my legs crossed, it's super, super comfortable.
Just after 10,000 feet, Wi-Fi became available for all business class passengers on the IFE. Now, every business class passenger aboard Finnair receives 1 hour of complimentary connection, with further time being purchased through Finnair's Nordic Sky network. After connecting, which took about 2 to 3 minutes, I did a speed test on the internet connection, and this came in at around 7 megabytes per second, which is more than enough to stream content on. After that, a hot towel was served by the crew, and then I thought I'd turn my AirLounge into, well, exactly that, more of a lounging seat. So it's a 2-part process, taking no longer than 30 seconds, as you can see. The first bit extends from the bottom half of the seat and simply clicks up into place. You then use the button on the side panel to motorise the second half up. They both meet and it creates a fully flat surface. As you can see, the sheer amount of space is unbelievable. So the seat's now fully lie flat. I'm not lying fully flat, I'm just in that kind of middle position between sitting up fully and lying down fully. and it's so comfortable. Like I say, wherever you kind of lean in this seat, you get a real sense for its design, because it's really, really comfortable. It's obviously been designed with the most common sitting and sleeping positions in mind, because, like I say, wherever you sit, you get comfortable pretty quickly. And I think one of the things I struggle with most business class seats sometimes is there's always something that you're kind of catching your elbow on or hitting, and you kind of can't get in that comfortable position. Here, the whole seat, as it bends around, is fabric, this kind of navy Nordic woven fabric. And then to the right of you here, you've got this kind of leather, soft, plushy material, which is hard, but it's also got a little bit of give, so you can rest your arm on it or lean against it, and it's comfortable. It's a beautiful seat. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I can't recommend it enough at the moment. It's so comfortable. In a minute I'm going to try lying down fully. Like I say, I'm 6 foot exactly, and there seems to be a lot of legroom in this footwell down here, so I'm going to lie flat fully shortly and see how we get on with that. Okay, now lying flat, and it's exactly the same. Super comfortable, really, really nice. The surface, pretty much from the waist down, goes to that plushy kind of leather surface I was talking about earlier, and that's really comfortable. It's very soft. Think of a kind of harder mattress, but with a bit of a cooler leather top, and it's really, really nice. You've got these 2 cushions behind you which you can prop your head up with if you want, or you can lie flat on the surface. I mean, I would sleep in this position. I'd be very, very comfortable. Now on long haul you do get a mattress topper and a sort of duvet, a light duvet, and a bit of a bigger pillow. But on these short routes, this is all you need if you just want to get a 2.5 hours shut eye, and if you've been coming in or connecting through Helsinki, it's lovely. It's really, really good. After that, the crew announced they'd be starting the meal service. There was no menu given out or any choice of meals, so let's see what we got. Here we have it. This is Finnair's breakfast service. Looks really quite nice. I was just talking to one of the members of the cabin crew, and I was telling her that I used to fly, so we were exchanging stories about flying, and she said, "Why did you stop?" But she says it's the best job in the world, and I have to agree to some extent. I agree with that. But lovely breakfast on board. So we've got a herb rolled omelette. Why is it always eggs? You can go and watch that other video that I put up the other day. Eggs again. And that comes with some roast potatoes and a sort of tomato fricassee. Fruit salad, pineapple and 2 types of melon, and a salad. I don't know, I'm losing all track of reality at the moment. So that's got 2 slices of smoked cheese, some chorizo, a little bit of turkey breast, and some cucumber, tomato, lettuce, and then a croissant with jam. Got a cup of coffee. Didn't have one this morning because I was filming in the lounge and too busy chatting to the staff there, so got a cup of coffee, which is very strong but very nice. And yes, even though I put that video up the other week about not drinking the tea or coffee, even I break the golden rule. And something far more substantial, the Finnish blueberry juice, which is, if you've never tried it before and you fly Finnair, it's all you'll want to drink after you try it. And I've never known anybody, even people that say they don't like blueberry, not like it. It's a stunning drink, really, really nice. All served in glass, so you've got a nice chinaware teacup and a glass, beautiful designed glass if you look at that. It's a lovely kind of arty glass, which is really nice. And proper cutlery as well, which is just, a dream. Yeah, looks lovely. So I'll get tuck in and let you know how it is. So the verdict on the food, really nice, lovely breakfast. I would always appreciate an airline that tries to find a more intuitive breakfast than eggs, but it's commonplace across most airlines from Asia to America to Europe, so it is what it is. And I think for an egg dish, it wasn't just scrambled eggs, it got like this herby pesto rolled through it, which was really nice. Not a big fan of the tomato fricassee. I don't particularly think sort of mashed tomatoes belong on a breakfast, that's more of a lunchtime thing, isn't it? But other than that, it was very, very nice. The fruit was really fresh and not solid or freezing cold as it always is. Really good coffee. But the real winner of this meal was this jam, Finnish jam, of course. You can see the label actually. The lighting's pretty bright today. It's from Hero, raspberry jam with seeds. Really, really nice. That was, you know, really fresh and vibrant. Coffee was good, but the winner, hands down, it always is the blueberry juice. Cheers. So another drink service just got a refill on the coffee and the blueberry juice, which is, you know, superb. I think I'm going to be coming off this flight with a bit of a sugar rush, to be honest with you. But was just chatting with the lovely Tina, one of the cabin crew members on this flight, and I was telling her that my husband's a big fan of the blueberry juice. And she popped back about 30 seconds later, and she said, "I'm just going to find you a carton of the juice for you to take home, as long as you're going straight, you know, you're not connecting." Which I just thought was such a lovely touch. The crew are superb on this flight. They're there when you need them, but then also they recognise, you know, when you're trying to relax, etc. So they manage that very, very well. I've done lots of flights with European carriers, with American carriers, with Asian carriers. There's something about the Finnish hospitality that is so welcoming and so lovely. You get on a plane with Finnair and you feel like you're at home. You feel like you're on your sofa. Right now I could be in my living room, all cosy, you know, and the hospitality is second to none. Now, Finnair's IFE is large in size, around 18 inches in total, and is superbly touch responsive. It was actually like using an iPad. There's a great selection of movies, TV shows and music, and you can also view the forward and downward in-flight cameras. Great if you're a bit of a nerd like me. On long-haul flights you can view the food menus through here too, and learn more about Finnair's products and services, including its frequent flyer programme, Finnair Plus. Overall, it gets a massive thumbs up from me. So this is a new experience, filming in an aircraft toilet, but the toilets are very, very clean. Nothing really to say about them, to be fair. Some nice toiletries from Finnish brand Seas, which are lavender and orange, smell great. But yeah, you know, no extra size toilets for business class, the usual size, but very, very clean. That's all you can ask for, really. I stand corrected. The lovely cabin crew here, if they dare appear in my video, I'm not sure if they will, have told me I was wrong about the toilet, and there's a toilet with a view, so I'll take you in there now very quickly to show you this amazing toilet. I was wrong. There is a toilet with a view. Very nice.
Welcome to London Heathrow, nicely before the schedule. Please remain seated and keep your safety belt fastened until the captain switches the signs off. When opening an overhead locker, please be careful so that items don't fall out. You may now switch off the flight mode on your handheld device. On behalf of all of us at Finnair and the Oneworld Alliance, it's been a pleasure having you on board today. Thank you, we hope to see you again soon, and have a nice Sunday.
When airlines get it right, they really get it right. It's not just about the seat, the service, the lounge or the amenities. It's about how everything comes together to create an experience that reminds you why you fell in love with travel in the very first place. Flying isn't just about getting from A to B, it's about those little moments, the quiet hum of the engines at 38,000 feet, the warm smile from a crew member, the first sip of a perfectly poured drink as you watch the world drift by below. This flight was one of those moments for me, a reminder that when an airline truly understands what makes a journey special, it transforms from just a mode of transport into something far greater, a glimpse of adventure, a moment of reflection, a chance to just sit back and appreciate the magic of flight. And that's why I'll always keep coming back to Finnair. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss another upload. Plenty more aviation, travel and hotel content coming your way. See you in the next one.